Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining me this morning. Got lots of noises out here. Got a lot of loud exhaust cars and sirens. I don't know what's going on. Sounds like a war zone. And maybe it's because I lost Annie. Annie took off the other way. So when I got out of the car, she usually runs down the path. But this time she took off and went into the woods. So I'm very worried because I don't see her and I can't chase her. So I don't know what's gonna happen. She might be in the woods on the other side of this creek. Look at this creek. She literally might be in the woods on the other side of this creek. Hi, Olivia. Yeah, the sunrise is gonna be beautiful today. That's why it's cold. But cold is good if we can have a sunrise like this, right? I wish I knew where Annie was. She went into the woods. I hear her. I think she might be, literally might be on the other side of the woods. I'm gonna go down there. You gotta let me see if you see her. It's kind of like Where's Orangey, but it's more like Where's Annie? Hey, what's up, Dolly? BBS, what's BBS, Dolly? Good morning, Ryan. Hey, Frank. I think Annie's on the other side of the woods. On the other side of in the woods on the other side of this creek, which I don't think she'll be able to cross. I'm nervous because when we got out of the car, she usually runs down the path. Well, this time she didn't run down the path. She ran the other direction into the woods. She led herself. This is a problem. Now I will never let her go off leash out of the car again. She usually runs right down the path. Oh my gosh, she figured it out. Annie, good girl. You figured it out. You're a smart girl. Thank God. Now I don't have to worry about her. What is that, Dolly? You got a couple like little things down there, a nose, collar. Hey, Annie. You're such a piece of work. Such a piece of work. Babies, Matt. BBS is babies. Oh, gotcha. Babies. All right. Well, thanks for joining my channel, guys, where I talk about mental health and spiritual health. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do so. And I want to tell you that, obviously, I'm not a pastor or a doctor or a therapist or anything like that. And I should say, it sounds like I should say, but I play one on TV. On YouTube Live. But I like to talk about the Bible in the mornings. Get me outside and look at the sunrise. And today we're going to talk about the light of Christ. And we're going to be in Matthew chapter 2, verses 1 through 12. And this is about the birth of Jesus, actually. And the key verse is verse 10. When they saw the star, they were overjoyed. When they saw the star, they were overjoyed. Now, I know Christmas was a month ago, but I love Christmas. Everybody loves Christmas time, right? All the lights, right? Lights everywhere on people's houses, on the trees, Christmas trees, and the star on top of the tree. That always makes me think of Jesus and the birth of Jesus, right? I remember when I was a kid, we used to drive around after our Christmas Eve dinner at our grandparents' house in the basement at the long banquet table, eating our Polish Christmas meal and opening gifts from all our family members. We would then not head straight home, but we would drive by all the homes that we knew of that had tons and tons of lights on them, just to see the lights. And the stars on the top of the house, or someone would have a Christmas tree in their yard and it would be decorated, like a pine tree, and then they have a star on the top of the pine tree. Star always is a reminder of the birth of our Savior. Always. The Bible, in this passage in Matthew 2, talks about the Magi, or wise men from the east, who arrived in Jerusalem seeking the one who had been born King of the Jews. Because they were watching the sky and they saw a star appear, which meant there was a birth of a new ruler. That's what it meant in those times. And they had seen the star when it rose, and their journey took them from Jerusalem to Bethlehem, where the star went ahead of them until it stopped over the place where the child was. And there they found him, and they bowed down to him and worshiped him. Just like that star on the Christmas tree is a reminder of the birth of Jesus from this story that the Magi followed the star, Christ is the source of light in our lives, both figuratively and literally. Figuratively, as the one who guides us, and literally, because he's the one who created the sun and the moon and the stars in the sky, according to Colossians chapter 1, verses 15 and 16. So I think being overjoyed when they saw the star is kind of how we should feel about Jesus when God sent his son to save us here on earth. And that's how I feel. There's a lot of ridiculous sirens going on this morning. Loud exhaust cars, sirens. It's kind of crazy. So I got a couple questions for you guys. Hey, Talking with Tucker. Question 1, how has Jesus brought light to your life? And 2, with whom might you share that with today? Excuse me. I'm using my nose to switch the camera. You guys hear the sirens? Woo, woo, lots of sirens. Sirens started before I got here 10 minutes ago or more. They're still going. Loud exhaust cars. It's kind of crazy. There's Annie. I was worried. I was wondering, where is she? Where is she? There she is. Man, she blends in with the spotty snow. Don't you, Annie? Nose cam. Annie! Annie! Come here! Annie! Annie, look! What do you got, Annie? Annie! Hey! What you got? We're going to see the sunrise here in 6 minutes, Annie. Oh, you barely hear it, but you could hear it. How was your morning, guys? Or how was your night, I should say? Did everybody get some sleep? I slept okay. I always wake up a few times. Probably because Annie decides to lay horizontal on the bed. Hey, speaking of the light of Christ, we get to see a star that he made in 5 minutes rise over the horizon. That's another way of thinking of it. At least you slept, Olivia. That's good. Oh, you're trying not to catch a cold? Good luck with that. That's tough. You might have to take that emergency stuff. Whole bunch of vitamin C to try to ward it off. Especially if they're your kids, Dolly, it's going to be almost impossible not to get a cold. Nose cam switch. to walk around with Clorox and gloves all day and a mask on your face and a face shield. I don't know how Annie finds her way around sometimes. I get so worried, and then she flies off into the woods. I go down the path because I don't want to be late, and then she shows up. I guess I'm grateful for that. She knows where she's going. What you got, Annie? Stick? Yeah, take loads of vitamin C. Antioxidants. It'll gather up all those free radicals in your body and hopefully won't get you sick. I'll show them the light of Christ by offering food they won't eat. That's hilarious. Well, they'll get hungry enough to eat it. That's probably why I grew up and I can eat absolutely anything. My mom burnt it. We had no choice. We ate it. Garlic and honey. Yeah. And you can also do, if you do get a cold, you can do what my one grandma did. When we were little toddlers, she used to give us hot tea with lemon, honey, and whiskey in it. Yes, whiskey to little kids. Very, very interesting. But that was the homemade remedy. They need some Gen X parenting. That's funny. Wow. Whiskey-o. You know, I'm shocked we still have all this snow out here. I mean, granted, you can see the tufts of grass coming through now, but still, we've had a couple days just above freezing. We usually never have had so much snow on the ground in Columbus. It's pretty amazing. So when you guys see a star on a Christmas tree, do you guys think of that one passage from Matthew where the Magi from the east, the wise men from the east came and followed the star to find Jesus in the manger? I didn't know what that meant for the longest time. You know, why did we put a star on the top of our tree every year? And then I connected the dots, or someone connected the dots for me. Oh, it's a face. Gotcha. Never been to the middle of America, Dolly? That's good. Maybe then you weren't given whiskey as a kid to get over your cold. Oh, you have an angel at the top of the tree? Yeah, we had an angel at one point, I think, that we put at the top of the tree. It was one of those that had like that just sat on the top of the tree. It didn't even clip on. It kind of like you had to find the top branch that was sticking straight up and it would slide over it. Like a cylinder. You were given echinacea tea. Oh, that's good. Yeah, it is fascinating, the history and meaning of things. I think a lot of people have no clue what the star on the top of their Christmas tree means. Oh, it's 7:45 and you can see the sunrise. Can you guys see it? It's beauteous. The light of Christ, another light of Christ, the sun that he made. Wow, it's glorious. It's freaking huge too. It looks so big this morning. Standing here, the sun looks humongous. Yeah, sunrises and sunsets are amazing. Hey, Dre or Dry? Yeah, it's perfectly clear today. That's why it's so cold. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. I want to look at it, but it's very difficult now. It's getting very bright. Oh, it's Dre? Okay. Thanks, Dre. Hope your day is filled also with abundance and blessings. The actual sun, not just its light. Where are you from, Dre? I'm in Columbus, Ohio. Whoa, it's very difficult to look at the sun now. It's almost impossible. It is huge and beautiful. It's interesting. It started at 7:45, and it looks like it'll fully come up. Maybe it's by 7:49, so it takes a full 4 minutes for the whole sun to get above the horizon here. All right, guys. Well, I hope you have an awesome day. As awesome as the sunrise. And hope you get everything done that you want to get done today. Yeah, it is getting that movie sun glare. There's even like a little dot in my screen. I don't know if you notice it, but when I go into when I show the actual sun, there's like a dot on the lower part of the screen floating around. All right, Olivia. Well, have a great day. Have a good time at work, and enjoy your day. All right, guys. Thanks for joining. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do so. Thank you. Have a good one. Annie, come on, baby.